Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And in this video, I will be sorry, y'all. This is shaking. But in this video, I will be talking about and discussing my review and highlights to moi for Real Housewives season 6, 7, 8, 9, episode 9. Will description box below, and we'll be discussing the. To let y'all know, disclaimer: I do cuss my videos for profanity. It was the fuckery that happened this evening, okay? And Chuck really showed us the true, I'm sorry, dickhead in all caps, okay? 24 size front caps of who he was tonight. Let's get Kenya out the way. I'm glad Bravo had made sure they only had her in one scene. I don't know why I felt like she was going to trip over them damn tassel heels, and she took the time out to talk to Lawrence that of course he's making sure he keeps his coins and keep relevant to the show, and he makes sure he can stay on the fashion show that he has with David Dre, and I think what her name is, Beverly Smith, and keep that going, okay? So anyways, she's talking about the trip, and again talking about she tried to have an olive branch with a Phaedra and some other stuff that she said. And next, let's go to the next scene. We're gonna get the Peter slash Cynthia stuff out the way because, like I said, it really wasn't that much going on. Cynthia's sister's back. She hasn't spoken to her in a while, and the way it was talking is like she didn't even know about. I don't know if she knew that she had the effects or has been talking to her really ever since surgery. But I think her husband, he still plays overseas, out in the country. He's not going to start playing October, and she tells her she's staying with her for 2 months. Now, I first thought at first that maybe she at least talked with Cynthia, and it just seemed like she also wanted to stay there, really to cause tension or whatever between her and Peter. And the reason why that is, we all know what happened with the whole marriage thing, and majority is. There's a difference between concern and there's a difference of crossing the line, and she goes crossing over that line, okay? And they're at the bead shop or whatever. I mean, it's for her, I guess the sisters being business. And for once, it seemed like majority was sitting there and talking with sense to Cynthia, so it can be easy to get in the house. But like I said, I thought this was already established, and if you can't stand Peter that badly, whatever, it ain't like you can't just stay. She claims like she was over it, but we already proved that that didn't happen. And she sits here and says like, we need to, I'm over, I apologize, I don't know if he feels, blah, blah, blah. But she does give Cynthia some advice. And later on this season, when they kind of get in an argument, you have to wonder, y'all, is Symphony someone staying married because just because to prove something to somebody? Prove to her audience, prove to her family, whatever, prove, whatever. Because she said her own word stuff that's making it seem like y'all may have to go to marriage therapy, or you may have to go to therapy on your own, or something like that, or get some type of counseling to help, or whatever the case is. Because you said your own self. Yeah, well, I'm no, I'm going for it, but sorry, y'all. I am random. Y'all don't know. You just won't stop saying all that. But anyways, y'all, they're talking, and she admits that she's healed now, so she can have sex, but she still has a problem. Her excuse is she has to work and she doesn't have time still to have sex. And the sister brought her an interesting point, but I kind of had to do this to her because I thought she was like 2-3 times a week. She talking about 2-3 times a day. Now I don't know if this woman has not if she's made the change in life or not, if you know what I mean, early, or if she does the black towel special like Monique with the Silent Wives doing. Because I'm just wondering, she talking about every day. She says she does, even if she's tired, even if you're tired, she tells Cynthia, you still got to get, and so she's like, it's just 2-3 times, but I'm like 2-3 times a day, goddamn. He practices, doing his job, but bonus stuff, damn, 2-3. Okay, well, I don't. I'm just saying, so this is a black towel. Okay, excuse me, y'all, but I'm just saying. So she had said like there's obviously some other stuff that's troubling, because even though you may be tired, that still should stop you from wifely's duties and giving that wifely booty. So it has to be something else along the lines that is causing her to like be hesitant or want to have sex, because if you Other stuff is stress trouble. You ain't gonna. I mean, even if you it just seems like she's withholding. It's beyond the cooch. It just seems like she seems to be happy or is still unnecessarily stressed out. And she admits, trying to, she's saying about support and trying people together. And she don't want to be where she was. In other words, indirectly, we find out about financially for one thing, and being whatever stuff that was too when they first got introduced to Real Housewives of Atlanta, you know. And so the fast forward, they're just talking, Cynthia admits that she had good advice. They go to Cynthia's modeling agency and stuff like that. She shows Peter a nice place she said she loves, and then she shows Peter has a new car. And she had to tell, of course, about that she had this vehicle, and Peter didn't tell her that he bought it, whatever. And then, of course, majority thought about this was her chance to attack Peter. And like I said, here finally this time they sit here, and that's when Peter finds out that she's supposed to be staying at their house. Like I said, if she can't stand Peter that bad, like I said, there are hotels or somewhere else. Where does the mama stay? Can she stay? I'm just saying, it just seemed like some news. She just was her way. I'm gonna call some. I don't know. Just she had the smirk on her face. Like, I'm gonna call some bullshit. Then fuck you, Peter. So because when there, it kind of was causing a rift, and this is the reason why. I understand like Peter still might be up to his shenanigans, and we already know instead of having the Midas touch gold, he has gold plated touch. And what I mean by that is the way it's going now. We all know that some people, when they wear gold plated or not full gold or something like that, they get rashes and everything and blotches, their skin break out, turn green and all that shit. And when it comes to Peter and his businesses, that seems to happen the same thing. Yeah, he might have it first where it looks good and everything's going well, but a lot of stuff doesn't hold up and it folds. So he got that gold plated touch, y'all. It's not for everybody, and I don't mean a good way. I mean, there's a lot of cute jewelry. You know how I am with my accessory stuff like that. But I'm just saying, along the long one, you can't, gold plated sometimes have some bad reactions. Not in a good way. Not good, not good. So he's saying like, well, why you didn't tell me about she was staying over there on some 2 months or whatever? And then here's majority coming in trying to butt in at first, like, what? Well, you didn't tell her about the car and blah blah. That's what I'm saying. Here she go back to her own trip. I mean, she wasn't old. This is the same motherfucker that was there the last time when she came with the stuff, because they haven't really been talking like I said since the anniversary dinner. And it's just all this unnecessary bickering. And then I'm glad, maybe Peter had some Jamaican rum in that cup with his coffee, because he just laughed it off and just looked like, y'all is crazy. And I'm glad it really didn't explode in what it could have. And then Cynthia and Majora just sitting there. And then the latest scene, it was towards the end of the episode, was, you got Peter and them talking. And here, like I said, Cynthia tells herself that she's been miserable for the past, or depressed for the last 2 years. She came down Atlanta because of him, and he hasn't been able to hold a lot of his promises. So you're saying that, like he said, it was 2 years ago, which means is she still stuck in this mold, but she want to pretend, like everything was cool, whatnot, but you still having all these problems. Then, sweet, you need to talk to somebody. Maybe I have to talk to people together, because it just seems like, if they're still technically newlyweds and you having all these problems and stuff, that's gonna, if it's not nothing solved and y'all don't progress, whatever, that is gonna wrong keep getting worse, worse and worse and worse. It don't get no better when something's not resolved. You got these issues and you keep saying bring up the 2 years, and that's what Peter here was talking about, was like the 2 years ago and all this other stuff. It was kind of like, I don't really want to sit here and really talk about it, but we all know kind of he ends up walking off. But he said he wanted a personal man cave somewhere else to get away, so that way when, to avoid confrontation where things get heated, he can have somewhere to vent and supposedly be at peace, and that way they can work on it. But that's what he's saying, is he'd rather have that, because the way it's getting out of him. But that's what I'm saying is, if y'all having problems like this, it's a lot of things that need to be recognized and taken care of. Because if they have to do all this argument and Cynthia still has resentment and all this other stuff going on, y'all, it's a lot going on. And she needs to recognize that, like, who is you trying to fool? What is you trying to prove, sweetheart? You don't have to sit here and prove to us and the world, mentally, to everybody. If y'all need to make sure, y'all may have to see somebody, sweetheart. It's nothing wrong with that. Because it just seems like just how it works out for the best, you know what I'm saying? So, anyways, y'all, let's just carry all of that. He walks out the room, but because she was saying like she didn't want him to do a man cave or whatever. I don't know if we're talking about getting an apartment, which is just a little bit questionable. But what he's saying got to the point is that they're heated. But like I said, if it's that too much anger, negativity, the house need to work on it. So they end up walking off and kind of just leaving that to the episode because they had to have the juiciest parts. Even though this whole episode was kind of decent, they made up for the superhero flying cockroach and all this other stuff last episode. And I think the episode, before they came out the juiciest one, so next week too, it looks spectacular too. So, anyways, so they kind of ended a note that she said she want to get a man cave and blah blah blah, and then leave it up in the air. He walked off, and I'm repeating this time. But I'm just, I'm hard headed, y'all. I don't usually take notes. So let's go to Porsha! Yay! Now Porsha and her mom goes to get Coco Chanel some stuff, and even though she claims she's independent, y'all know she made Mama pay for the all the accessories for the dogs and everything else. So anyways, she gets this lovely house, and her brother, I guess that's the brother. Her mom must have had a son too, because they never said. I'm glad they don't say no half brother, but she never mentioned like say, this is from a different, they're from a different mom or whatever, her brother Hosea. And she not only gets a place, y'all, she gets a place, okay? 6 bedrooms. The mom is sitting there, she slid like it's one of the damn sexy piano, sexy singer piano moves when you have a lady with them films and stuff, he's singing this on the piano and shit like this. Cause she slid on the counter. I don't know if her nasty behind that's how she got the babies, because she seemed like she was in awe with that counter sliding on, like she has done some things besides cooking on a countertop. Like I said, that house was lovely. And then it turns out, like, she admits at the end when she's talking to him about how she spoke to Cordell, and then once they let her know, like, because Cordell had said in the end, basically, like, because she ended up texting him, he didn't call him back, and he's basically saying like this: either you get back, follow the rules, or you're on your own. And that's when the family let know, okay, he's still the same a-hole that he was and everything else. So, but this is the part that lets me know that Porsha is still on that visible train, the soul train, the magic train, the magic school bus, okay, Tommy train in France, okay, just somewhere it ain't where it needs to be, okay, and she still decides, I'm thinking like maybe she has some, I'm just saying for her to get this house, I know that Atlanta supposedly in certain other areas that you get a big house for a decent, price, where usually it costs here, but the economy still now is kind of, you can still get, I think, a decent house, a big house, whatever, for a decent price, or, way less than what the value used to be, because, these houses over here used to be better value, and they went, yeah. So, I'm thinking maybe she had a stash, but she admitted a couple episodes ago she's trying to stack and save. So, she wasn't saying like she was saying for the place, and she admitted, well, her purpose of being big and thinking big is risking and possibly getting a home that she really can't afford and doesn't know for sure. But I could see her getting that home is she had buku of money that can take care of her needs and some of wants, and maybe a pair of expensive ass unnecessary shoes or clothing that she needs. But she's getting something that's like, maybe she's just getting this because Bravo said they can rent this for the show. Because she's admitting, like, well, if I fall behind, that's because I fall behind, not because of Corey. But your mom is allowing you to stay there. She could have stacked her coins and got a still decent house and had to be not that many, that much space and everything else. Because I'm thinking, like, maybe the kitchen is going to be for the chef, because the show ain't going to be for us. Not to say it's too late for her not to know how to cook. But we seen last season. But what I'm saying is, y'all, is that, it's like, sweetie, you do mention your early 30s. Me and her, we're in the same range. I think I'm 1 year older than her. But it's like she's still coming along as some teenager. It's like her way of rebelling is, I'm going to go as far and get a house I know I can't afford. And that's what her family's talking about. And I'm going to sit here and prove something. You prove that something is not in here. There's something in here, but something is not. The left brain and the right brain is not working together, sweetheart. Something stopped. something stop. Okay, so I'm just saying, she just proves, unfortunately, anymore that she is a dingbat, and I hate saying that about her, because I really think that, she is as sad a situation as how Cordell did. But then you have to think about too, like, do you really want to be with somebody that's stupid? So that's open question, y'all. Next, let's go to quickly about Mama Joyce. She was getting her new Beverly Joyce platinum wig set, y'all, for the night. Even though she don't think Kandi supposed to have life, y'all noticed that she sat there and was gonna go out with her friends that evening, because she met up with Kandi with Derek J, because Kandi's more friends with, I think, Derek. She was friends, I think, with both Lawrence and Derek J. But Lawrence tried to claim that Kandi didn't try to pay him, and that's why he don't with her with Kandi. Or when Kenya was trying to sit there and talk about them at the table, like I said, trying to avoid him, but just trying to. He believed that both of them had slept with Chuck or something like that. He was agreeing to with like Kenya was talking about. But I'm just saying, he probably expected to get paid, probably like Kim, and since or do it for free. Well, I don't know what it is, but just seems like if Kandi was the type of person that shies people as far as business wise, that stuff would have been came out and continues kept coming out. But I don't think she's one of those people. Okay, so anyways, Mama Joyce again still used that manipulation and trying to say again, I felt like you were choosing sides of I'm your mother, I wouldn't do that to you. I had to go for my heart and stuff like that. Or whatever she called herself doing, to say like because of the situation. And it kind of like Kandi's just, still like, I didn't choose nobody over you and I'm still trying to balance and that, whatever. It was kind of rubber-seeming, but just annoying. It proves me even more about how much manipulating Mama Joyce is. And I read, because Bonnie Blue has a website, I think it's Bonnie Blue, I don't know. Bonnie Blue has started a website and she does blog occasionally. And today she had a section on there because she sent the link. And Mama Joyce has claimed to read online that she's on Social Security disability and Kandi don't help her at all. Now, who the hell is going to believe that lie? Now, maybe that's a strong sign that Kandi's still messing with Ty, because it seemed like now, is she willing to sit here and say that? And I think she got some real estate property. But let's be for real, y'all. Kandi was even supplying the stuff to make her, to hook her up a cut with what the year before last, so she could get on seniorsmint.com. So don't get besides twisted and sit here and lie and say some stuff to sit here and talk about Kandi ain't taking care of you. But you worried about say something happens, so because that's what she was even talking about again. Say something happens to Kandi, so Kandi's like, okay, so I'm supposed to die, but here's her thing is, Derek of course left the room a couple times. They already know, like, okay, this one's I don't want to be in, and I don't blame. Okay, you better walk, your ass out of that mess. Shoot, so we gonna skip that. Now here's the last part I really want to cut. Chuck's funky ass. Now, it was planned. I don't know if he called himself trying to embarrass, but it seemed like he has some ego. He has proven Monique is the perfect walk around. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he walks over her type of thing. And it was a trick, as far as I'm concerned, to get him out there and confront or put Phaedra on blast on some certain stuff that she actually wasn't trying to put on blast in the first place. It was actually Miss Monique with the silent why, right? So first he gonna have them come to dinner. Phaedra comes a little later and needing them, and they decide he wants them to come to them to the board where they all grew up, which Needy at first still was claiming until someone we kind of figured this episode or it was kind of revealed that Needy agreed, I guess, that she knew Phaedra, because when Jade was talking about, yeah, you did have some loan, you used to have this and this and that, she was like, yeah, I know, blah blah blah, and even Nene didn't even pop up in the confessionals with even saying anything, because maybe that did caught her in something else. I don't know if that will be brought up in the reunion, but we shall see. Okay, or later on in the episode. So, they go there they agree to go there. They're like an hour, 30 minutes away from Atlanta, and they agree to go to Athens because they think like, wow, it was a good opportunity, because like I said, he's still, I don't know if he's funding or still goes out there from time to time to, Boys and Girls Club. And everything's still going well. You know what I'm saying? Everything's still going well, right? They go see the kids. And they, but Nene thought it was a good opportunity that maybe, even though Phaedra hasn't really got over the past, maybe they can sit here, maybe figure it out. And it did seem like they actually had a good trip, even to the point of, like, Nene wasn't in there or didn't even say anything. Like I said, she didn't pop up really the confessional at all. I don't think at all, period, when all this stuff occurred with the Chuck thing. So here's, they go see the kids. I had to do this when he was introducing, like, say, for example, Nene, then when she spoke to the kids, and the kids they looking like, they were in the gym part, right? And, the kids was kind of looking on the bleachers like, okay, can we play basketball now? Are they finished? They kind of gave that look. I ain't gonna lie, most of them did, to me, personally. And so, um, Phaedra go first about, even though you're a small town, she's like, take a look. It's in the book of Reading Rainbow. And it's true, like, you read a book as far as education and just keep on moving and motivate. You can be whatever you want to be, type of thing. Good. And then he said, what Chuck said about Nene being the top actresses of the U.S. Okay, the Nene gave her speech. And then we have the famous effery of the whole episode with Chuck and his mess. Now he waits until, I guess, their only way they, like I said, even chilled, had talked about background in Lane, all the good memories that they all had of knowing each other and stuff like that and everything, and go to the M&M. They just seemed like it was pleasant. But no, Chuck had to let us know, like I said, the dickhead that he was, and decided to sit here and confront Phaedra about the lies first that he told to his wife in the first place, which, like I said, if you think about it, we kind of can start and say Nene started that spark by bringing the stuff up, or he could have told us that, like, Nene, we want to talk about this right now, not on camera. And you could have, Nene, we about to do that right here. But then it continues on to Chuck thing because he didn't admit it, and then you could say, like, well, why is it a big deal now? Because it's been 20 something years ago plus. Okay, we moved on, time moves on. Sometimes even a year, even less than a month, things can move on, let alone 20 something years. A lot changes. Okay, so you sit here, and he decides to confront Phaedra. In other words, try to embarrass her because he's sitting here to my mom. Well, I wanted to talk to you about, I don't know how this conversation came about it. And he decides to try to put Phaedra in a place like, okay, Phaedra didn't even say, which we noticed she didn't say anything about him saying friends, bitch. We're the first time friends, bitch. We're trying to, like, basically play Phaedra like we're the friends of benefit. But, like, she even meant, she said, all I said is that we were little kids, we dated, and then we were from college dating. And I actually was trying to avoid not bringing up. Kandi was the one, which was true, that went into more detail. And he's basically like, we're your friends, you are upcoming low end, I'm the stuff, and everybody want to be with me. I'm shit. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. And this and that, and everybody want to be with me because I was the star. I'm the star. I'm the star. This type of mess. Like, and Phaedra's like, what the heck is wrong with him? Type of thing. He does not say anything, but I know she just like, because they didn't even show her face. So I don't know whether she was smirking or just tuning out or, whatever. But it was kind of wrong for her whether, Phaedra didn't want to get the information out, and she avoided it, and, because she didn't want to bring it first, but it was his wife, the silent wife, who wanted to keep claiming time and wants to hold a peach next damn season. It's the reason why, this issue got brought up again. It's really from her. Okay. And he sat there, like I said, try to play Phaedra's like she's just nothing but some hole in the side. Even, Phaedra's like, I ain't sitting here no damn, what are you talking about? I wasn't like nothing. Don't play me like I'm just some random broad that you're just some hole on ice. And then he claimed like I had you on the same team just like I had Kandi and probably had, it was just like him just making them, putting them down. It's like they were just hoes or something. He was just bragging about that. Even though it was 20 years ago, it just seemed like he bragged about playing and manipulating folks, and he had money, and he can buy bitches or whatever the hell his mind was, his ego. And I mean, that's been long gone or something like that. And then he admitted about that he did lie to female because he's like, because Phaedra's like, I went to stuff, I went to your football games, I went to this, I went to that. Don't be sitting here making it seem like it was just like I was just fucking with you, literally, and it wasn't like I was just nothing more than a booty call, and then we kick it and eat pizza afterwards and play Atari or Nintendo. Yeah, Sega Genesis. So I'm just saying he just made it seem like it was a friend's benefits when Phaedra started playing. No, it was like that, just like how he tried to downplay the Kandi situation. And he was saying, like, I had 6 girls on the team, that stuff there. And then he started talking about downplaying Kandi. He admitted, this dickhead admitted that he manipulated Kandi. She was young and she was up and coming. What's this thing here was up and coming, whatever. I think Kandi has proven that she's been successful on her own terms. At least what I gather is she the one who wrote them songs. That Negro didn't write them songs. It was her and Tiny who wrote that during Scrub song and other songs and blockbuster hits or whatever in her own. So for him, what's he gonna say next? He was the inspiration that she owes him, some money back, some money back, whatever. um, so he's up there saying, I know I got it in, and basically was able to manipulate Kandi. He was up with Kandi, then I had the hockey school. So he's bragging about basically taking advantage of folks. I mean, the people who are big ass and they learn and grow in their, late teens, sometime early 20s, or maybe even later than that. But people learn and grow and move on from that, because it could have been a different conversation. Like, I'm sorry what I did for y'all. I did used to be there back in the day, blah blah blah. But I realized, I have changed, blah, blah, blah. He's basically asking about, I made a fool out of this girl. I had all these girls on my team. I had the money. I was the best, and blah, blah, blah. Negro, are you trying to hold a peach for next season? I ain't got no peach, but I do got these glasses. Because, I mean, that was some unnecessary drama and dragging on the name and stuff. The only reason why Kandi had brought it up, because she was in here making it seem like drama. He's bragging about, yeah, I basically did this and this and that and manipulated and hurted people and stuff like that and made these girls also, and I did lie to Kandi. He said his own way lie to Kandi, and obviously he did that to Phaedra too. And it's like, Phaedra's sitting here like, wait a minute, did I know about this? No. But, because at the end, it's good that Kandi got the situation. I don't know if Phaedra broke over him or vice versa, but I'm just saying, consider Monique would decide I can have that man, okay? Because he is proven like he is still has his mindset of a 20-year-old, and I did almost want to laugh my ass off when Phaedra said, like, well, with him being football, so maybe all them head concussion stuff started getting to his head. Yeah, but like Phaedra was right, he is proven a jerk, and that's what I'm saying. This is like, Monique, like I said, Monique ain't been having that, and him just also has admitted how he has played and still has the same mentality. He's not even apologetic. He's bragging about being this a-hole. He get 2 thumbs down. Okay, 2 thumbs down. Okay. So he, on the other hand, if he is still dealing with jump offs or potential jump offs or whatever, then he might still, he might lose a couple. People gonna be looking at strange and looking at Monique. I'm just saying is, whatever he was trying to gain, it sure wasn't really maybe a lot of positive feedback. I'll tell you that much. And that ends what I thought about this episode, and I'm done for that. I may do one little quick little video. No, I'll do that tomorrow with my Love and Hip Hop review. I was thinking about doing the single ladies or whatever. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't do it. I can't do it. So, reviewing that appears. But I seriously don't think about it. Unless I sacrifice myself to watch it and it's decent, or somebody, other YouTubers, sacrifice yourself to watch it and it's pretty good, then I might. But no. Y'all have a pleasant night, pleasant weekend. Thank you all for all the love, subscribe, YouTube buddies, everyone, my subscribers, and my new subscribers, the ones that have been with me since I started really being on YouTube. And I just appreciate all, love all y'all. Mwah, mwah. And y'all have a pleasant night, y'all. And like I said, with my last video, y'all seen that. If y'all anywhere where y'all got a bunch of snow, like we got up here, because I'm from Detroit. Y'all didn't know that. So we have a snowstorm, and people, like I said, it's so bad off. A lot of schools are closed, and businesses are behind. We during there had like a on and off again 24 hours of a snowstorm, and this is our second one within the year. So y'all have to be safe and take care of yourself. And y'all have us and get to take care of everybody.